Assalamualaikum and hi doctor. My name is Aisyah Hazira binti Muhammad Jamaluddin and my metric number is 280488. I am from group Minion and this is my group members which is Kelly Nyokaiti, Nurul Yasmin, Nur Dayana and Muhammad Shukri Aiman. Now, we are going to explain a case study about our selected company which is Hindi Cash and Carry Sdn Bhd. Now, we will move to the part of the background company. Hindi Cash and Carry Sdn Bhd is a small and medium-sized enterprise or as known as SME, which is based in Muar, Johor. The founder of this company is Mr. Chia Lian Cheng. He started this business since year 1975. The second owner is his son, Mr. Chia Yang Wee, who is graduated with Bachelor of Business Information Technology in Inti International University in year 2000. The objective of this company is to provide services to customers in food and beverage, bakery products, frozen food, and so on. Mission of the company is to provide all kinds of goods and services to their customer. The company has three types of major business, which is first, frozen food. They sell all kinds of frozen products such as burger, french fries, chicken chop, and so on. The second type is bakery ingredients such as bread flour, flavor essence, butter, and others. Lastly, the sundry products such as sugar, oil, salt, and anything that needed by household for everyday cooking. Hindi Cash and Carry Sdn Bhd only have 5 workers at the beginning, but now they have until 22 workers that work for their company. Mr. Chia Yang Wee purchased the business because of his dad, who actually the founder of the business. At first, Mr. Chia Yang Wee only wants to try, but then he got compatibility as the business grow bigger day by day. Mr. Chia Yang Wee also said that they treat their customers as a friend and provide them a good service to the customer and also set their shop price at a reasonable price in order to attract customers. Their business also used the same cash receipt procedure as other business. Every transaction that occurred had been recorded in the system and company clerk will update the customer sales order in the system which is paid or unpaid.
Good day, doctor. My name is Kelly Nyokaiti, metric number 271560. So I will continue to present about the sales processing system and cash receipt procedure. So the sales processing system will start with sales team who will call out the customer to fulfill their needs or promote to customer. And the collector team will receive the sales order from sales team and they will confirm the goods whether all the items ordered is available or not. So at the same time, the clerk also will receive the sales order also. And then the clerk will start to key in the name, number, description of product, and so on into the sales order system. Then they will send the original sales order to update the customer order file. And then at the same time, they will send the stock release to collector team and then they will send the sales copy to the customer. And the collector team will start to prepare the goods for ship to customer and they will send with the stock release to the shipping team. So the shipping team will arrange the shipping time and send that the stock release and shipping notice to clerk once they ship out the items to customer. So the clerk will enter the sales invoice, stock release, and the shipping notice into the computer to record and update of the data automatically into the sales order system, account receivable file, inventory ledger, and also the general ledger system. Then the clerk will prepare the sales report to update to the management of company. So we can see that there is the contents diagram here. We'll start with the sales team, which is the external entity of this system, and then they will send the customer order details to the to proceed the sales processing system. They will come out with the management report details to the management. Okay, so for the physical DFD, there will be 4 internal entities here, which is collector team, clerk, shipping team, and computer. Okay, and for the next one is logical DFD. There will 4 processing here, which is receive sales order, prepare the good, they will ship out the goods to customer, and last one, they will update the sales order. Okay, the last one is flow chart. They will represent the flow of the document and the source. Okay, so we can see that the collector team, what they will do in the sales processing system, clerk, shipping team, and also the computer. Okay, for the next one is the cash receipts procedure, and then here we'll start with the cashier. They will send the receipts after to the clerk after they receive the customer's payment. Okay, and the clerk will endorse the check and write the amount paid and the check number on the remittance advice, then will prepare a remittance list and checks. So the clerk also will record in the cash receipt journal and prepare a deposit slip, and they will send it with the checks to the bank. After they prepare the summary of cash receipts total, and they will send it to the management, the clerk also will update the total of cash receipts and to the account receivable file and also the general ledger system. So the context diagram, you can see that there is two external entity, which is cashier and the management. The cashier will receive the payment of customer, and then will start to proceed the cash receipt system of the company, and they will come out with the cash receipt total details, and they will send it to the management. So for physical DFT, there is one internal entity here, which is clerk. They will only one internal entity to proceed the cash receipt procedure. And the logical DFT, there are two process here, which is receive cash receipt, and then they will update the cash receipt in the relevant data. Okay, then after that, they will send it back to the management at the end. And for the flow chart, there is one internal entity here. They will show how the clerk will proceed in this cash receipt procedure. So that's all my part. I will pass to my next member. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurdana binti Muhammad Hussein. My metric number 280887. Next, I will present about internet control strength that we identify in this company. The first strength of this company that we identify is that the company do the authorization by checking the remittance list after being prepared. The remittance advice allow us to double check the customer check and remittance advice are in the same amount. In cash receipt procedure for the business, after the cashier receive customer payment and prepare the cash receipt, which will be handed over to the clerk. The clerk will prepare remittance list which contain a customer information such as name, payment amount, the method of payment, and so on. Next, the clerk will check or verify the amount of the company checks, the same as the amount of the orders. The second internal strength control for Hindi cash and carry Sembilan Berhad is accounting record, which they have different types of file and ledger system to keep their customer information. For instance, general ledger system is self-processing and cash receipt procedure serve as the foundation for the financial statement production. Journal voucher that summarize activity log in journal and subsidiary ledgers flow into the general ledger. As a result for this company, by having the general ledger, subsidiary ledger, and special journals, provide a complete audit trail from the financial statement to the source of documents. Lastly, for accounting record, every transaction is documented and kept in its own file in each department. For example, in sales processing department, they have customer order file to keep the original sales order. And the sales order file and account receivable file will keep all the information about customer order. When it comes to discover problem, keeping track of every transaction in each department will come in useful. The company can easily and quickly pinpoint where an error occurred during transaction recording this method. Last but not least, segregation of duty is one of the internal control strengths for Hindi cash and carry Berhad. Separating duties guarantee that no single person or department perform a complete transaction. In Hindi cash and carry Berhad, sales department they have separated several duties between sales team, collector team, sales claim, and shipping team. For example, the collector team receive the sales order from the sales team and verify if the item is available or unavailable at the moment, and then sales clerk will record the sales order in the system. This process from 3 different persons and responsibility will prevent from inaccurately recording sales transaction in journals and accounts. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Shukri Aiman bin Laut, metric number 273463. Next part is the weakness of transaction cycle in Hindley Cash and Carry Sendirian Berhad. Weakness can bring down the business and organization as well. There are 4 weaknesses spotted. First is lack of mention of bank reconciliation, where no one reconciled the bank statement after they fill it in the general ledger. Second, weakness is lack of access control. It can be that the employees need to use their own personal emails to do their job. Access control is very important to ensure that only authorized personnel have access to the firm's asset. Third weakness is lack of segregation of duties. It shows that the same clerk will receive the sales order, keying the sales order, and make a copy of the sales order for another team. Segregation of duties is important to separate the employee duties to minimize incompatible function. Fourth or last weakness is lack of supervision. There is no supervisor or manager in charge of the clerks or worker. It means that no one will inform them if they are doing the task correctly or incorrectly. Supervision is very important to control activity involving the critical oversight of employees. That is for the weakness. Each weakness will lead to risk and harm the business. Now, I will present the risk exposure by each weakness as I present earlier. First is lack of mention of bank reconciliation. The risk is bank statement information in the system will be error and misrepresentation. Error or mistake on bank statement and general ledger can occur. Second is lack of access control. The risk is the information on the email can be altered by the workers in charge. Besides, unauthorized access to email can lead to sabotage and computer fraud. Third is lack of segregation of duties. Inaccurately recording transactions will occur when only one clerk is assigned to do multiple tasks. Moreover, fraud and theft will happen because the clerk may overstate or understate the sales order record. Fourth or last weakness is lack of supervision. An error will occur from sales order to data in the system since there is no one responsible to oversight and ensure there is no mistake. Furthermore, misappropriation of cash will happen too. That is the risk exposure for each weakness.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Yasmin binti Yahidi. My metric number is 280714. So today I will present about suggestion of internal control procedure. The suggestion that we can do for the first weakness, lack of mention of bank reconciliation, is the clerk can do a bank reconciliation at least once a month to maintain the accuracy of the company's cash record. A monthly reconciliation assists in recognizing and identifying any unexpected transaction that could be the result of fraud or accounting errors. They refers to the bank reconciliation also help identify accounting and bank errors by providing explanation of the differences between the accounting record's cash balance and the bank balance position per the bank statement. Accountant will substantiate the transaction record in the general ledger by matching that data to the bank statement collected. Next, for the second weakness of transaction cycle, lack of access control. The employee needs to use their own personal email to do their job. So the suggestion is the production supervisor should have the specific work email this related to the business transaction. Login email only to specific workers that were chosen by the supervisor of that department to avoid sabotage and fraud occur. Third is lack of segregation of duties. It shows that the same clerk do all work related to sales order. Therefore, segregation of duties must have between the sales manager and sales staff. The sales manager should distribute the work who will record the sales, key in the sales transaction, and make a copy of the sales order to the employee. So this will be prevent fraud or error to be happening because it's already divided who will do this kind of part, this department do the job. For example, this one staff can review the sales ledger for any credit balances, and then next worker can key in the sales transaction, and so on the other thing. So the process will going smoothly and save a lot of time without error happen. Lastly, lack of supervision. There is no supervisor or manager in charge of the clerks or workers. So the suggestion we can take is supervision must be in place to settle this problem. Supervisor Managers should monitor the workers doing their job and supervise the process of transaction work in progress. Supervisors train employees so that they can efficiently complete their tasks. They may assign tasks to employees in their team or department. Therefore, the workers will be alert in what they are doing. That's all from us, our group, Team Minions. Thank you.